Imagine this. You wake up after a full 8 hours of blissful sleep. The sun is shining, the birds are chirping, and you feel refreshed. But here's the catch. While you were snuggled up in dreamland, someone else was out there grinding, chasing their dreams, and putting in the work that might just give them the edge in life. That's the kind of reality Steve Harvey, the renowned comedian, actor, and motivational speaker, doesn't shy away from. He believes, no, he knows, that 8 hours of sleep might cost you your success. You see, while most of us were taught to prioritize rest as a key to wellness, Steve flips the script. He's not advocating that you never sleep, let's be clear. What he's saying is that sleeping too much while others are hustling can be the very thing that costs you your breakthrough. It's the kind of wake-up call most people avoid. But Steve Harvey, he delivers it with the same energy that made him a household name. And this message hits harder than any punchline he's ever delivered. Now, let's take a moment and break down what Steve Harvey really means by his declaration that 8 hours will cost you success. At first glance, it might sound harsh. After all, sleep is necessary, right? It helps us recharge, rebuild, and stay healthy. That's true to an extent, but the core of Steve's message isn't about demonizing sleep. It's about what you're willing to sacrifice to achieve success. In a world where time is the most valuable currency, how much of it are you giving away to things that don't bring you closer to your goals? This is where Steve Harvey's insight becomes critical. Most people don't realize that time is slipping through their fingers like sand while they're busy hitting snooze, scrolling through social media, or indulging in things that don't push them forward. When Steve says 8 hours will cost you your success, he's not just talking about the literal time spent sleeping. He's talking about the mindset that allows us to get too comfortable with wasting time. Every minute of those 8 hours is a minute you could have been building your dream, working on your skills, or creating opportunities. Let's take a step back and look at Steve Harvey's own life. He didn't start out as a success story. In fact, he spent years struggling, living out of his car, and chasing a dream that seemed impossible at times. But what separated Steve from others wasn't just his talent, it was his relentless work ethic. While others were getting their 8 hours of sleep and staying within their comfort zones, Steve was grinding. He was up before the sun, writing jokes, honing his craft, performing at nightclubs, and chasing every opportunity he could find. The truth is, success doesn't care about how much rest you get. Success cares about how much effort you're willing to put in. Steve knew that he couldn't afford to sleep away the time that could be spent getting ahead.
So he sacrificed. He sacrificed his comfort, his time, and sometimes even his health to make sure he was outworking everyone else. And that's the message he's passing on to us. If you want to be successful, you have to be willing to do what others aren't willing to do. You have to be willing to sacrifice more, work harder, and push yourself further than you ever thought possible. Steve Harvey's wake-up call isn't just about sacrificing sleep, it's about shifting your entire mindset around time and effort. Think about it. We all have the same 24 hours in a day. Why is it that some people achieve extraordinary success while others remain stuck in mediocrity? The answer isn't just luck or talent, it's how they use their time. Steve Harvey's philosophy is grounded in the idea that success doesn't happen to you. You have to go out and make it happen. And that means making the most of every single hour you have. So, when Steve says that 8 hours will cost you your success, he's not telling you to deprive yourself of sleep to the point of burnout. He's telling you to reevaluate how you spend your time and whether you're making the most of it. Are you waking up early and getting ahead, or are you letting the days slip away while you hit the snooze button? Are you using your evenings to work on your side hustle, or are you binging Netflix until you fall asleep? The truth is, success isn't glamorous. It's not about living a life of leisure and luxury. It's about the grind, the hustle, and the relentless pursuit of your goals. Let's get real for a second. How much time are you wasting on things that don't matter? Social media, mindless entertainment, procrastination, we're all guilty of it. But the difference between those who succeed and those who don't is that successful people know how to maximize their time. They don't waste hours on end scrolling through Instagram or watching TV. They're using those extra hours to build their empire. Steve Harvey is a living testament to that. He didn't wait for success to come to him. He went out and chased it with everything he had. And that's the key takeaway here. Success is a choice. It's a decision to use your time wisely, to prioritize your goals, and to be relentless in your pursuit of them. It's not about working 24/7 or never taking a break. It's about being intentional with your time and making sure that every hour you spend is bringing you closer to your dreams. Now, let's talk about Steve Harvey's secret weapon, his mindset. Success isn't just about what you do, it's about how you think. Steve Harvey's mindset is rooted in the belief that nothing comes easy and nothing is guaranteed. If you want to succeed, you have to be willing to fight for it. And that starts with changing the way you think about challenges and setbacks. Steve Harvey's own journey to success wasn't smooth. He faced rejection, failure, and countless obstacles along the way.
But what kept him going was his unshakable belief in his ability to succeed. He didn't let failure stop him. In fact, he used it as fuel to keep pushing forward. And that's the message he's passing on to us. You have to be mentally tough. You have to be willing to face rejection, to get knocked down, and to keep getting back up. Success isn't for the faint of heart. It's for those who are willing to keep fighting, even when the odds are stacked against them. Steve Harvey's mindset is all about resilience. He knows that success isn't handed to you on a silver platter. You have to go out and earn it. And that means being willing to put in the hard work, to make sacrifices, and to keep pushing forward, even when things get tough. So when Steve says that 8 hours will cost you your success, he's not just talking about sleep. He's talking about the mindset that allows you to overcome obstacles and keep moving forward. If you want to succeed, you have to be willing to outwork everyone else. You have to be willing to do what others won't. And that starts with waking up early, grinding harder, and being hungrier for success than anyone else around you. When Steve Harvey says that 8 hours of sleep might cost you your success, he's also shining a light on the importance of taking responsibility for your own life. You see, Steve didn't grow up with a silver spoon in his mouth. He wasn't born into wealth, and he didn't have a safety net to fall back on. Everything he achieved, he earned through sheer hard work, determination, and an unrelenting drive to succeed. But here's the kicker. He never blamed anyone else for his struggles. He didn't make excuses or play the victim card when life got tough. Instead, he took full responsibility for his circumstances and made the decision to change them. This mindset shift is crucial to understand. Success, as Steve puts it, isn't about luck or circumstance. It's about accountability. If you're not where you want to be in life, you have to ask yourself, what am I doing to change that? Are you putting in the work, or are you making excuses? Are you sacrificing for your dreams, or are you letting comfort and convenience dictate your life? The truth is, excuses are the enemy of success. Every time you say, I'll do it tomorrow, or I don't have time, you're robbing yourself of the opportunity to grow and improve. Steve Harvey didn't wait for the stars to align or for someone to hand him a golden ticket. He created his own opportunities. In his early days, Steve wasn't making millions or living the glamorous life we see today. He was grinding, performing stand-up comedy for small crowds, working multiple jobs, and hustling every single day. While others were out partying or sleeping, Steve was working on his craft, sharpening his skills, and building the foundation for his future success. This relentless work ethic is what sets successful people apart from the rest. They're willing to do what others won't.
They understand that sacrifice is a necessary part of the journey, and they embrace it. Steve's success didn't come overnight. It was the result of years of hard work, dedication, and a mindset that refused to settle for mediocrity. He wasn't afraid to fail, and he certainly wasn't afraid to work harder than anyone else. This is the message he's passing on to us. If you want to achieve greatness, you have to be willing to sacrifice your comfort. Whether that means waking up earlier, staying up later, or putting in extra hours on the weekend, you have to be willing to do what it takes. Success doesn't come to those who wait, it comes to those who hustle. Steve Harvey's message also highlights the idea that success isn't just about working harder, it's about working smarter. Now, before you think that Steve is advocating for sleepless nights and constant burnout, let's clarify something. Steve Harvey is all about balance. While he believes in putting in the work and making sacrifices, he also understands the importance of making sure that the time you spend working is effective. In other words, it's not just about how many hours you work, it's about how you use those hours. We've all heard the phrase, work smarter, not harder. But what does that really mean? For Steve, it means prioritizing the things that move the needle in your life. It means focusing on the tasks that bring you closer to your goals, rather than getting bogged down in busy work. Too often, we confuse activity with productivity. We fill our days with tasks, meetings, and to-do lists, but at the end of the day, we're no closer to achieving our dreams. Steve challenges us to rethink the way we approach our work. He encourages us to be intentional with our time and to focus on the things that truly matter. Think about it. Are you spending your time on activities that will bring you closer to your goals? Or are you just going through the motions? Are you working on your passion? Or are you stuck in a routine that doesn't fulfill you? Success is about focus. It's about identifying your purpose, setting clear goals, and taking intentional steps every day to achieve them. Steve Harvey didn't just wake up one day and become a successful comedian and television host. He set a clear vision for his life and took consistent action toward it. He prioritized his craft, honed his skills, and put in the hours to master his art. But here's the thing. Steve also knew when to step back and recharge. He understood the importance of rest. Not the kind of rest that leads to complacency, but the kind of rest that allows you to come back stronger. There's a fine line between hard work and burnout, and Steve mastered the art of walking that line. He worked tirelessly toward his goals, but he also knew when to take a step back, reflect, and refocus his energy. That's what working smarter is all about. It's about knowing when to push and when to pause.
At the heart of Steve Harvey's message is the concept of personal growth. You see, success isn't just about achieving external goals. It's about becoming the person you need to be to sustain that success. Steve Harvey didn't just work on his career. He worked on himself. He developed the mindset, the discipline, and the character required to handle the success that eventually came his way. And this is where the real lesson lies. If you want to achieve something great, you have to become someone great. Success is an inside job. It starts with your mindset, your habits, and your daily routines. You can't achieve external success if you're not willing to put in the internal work. Steve Harvey understood this, and that's why he's so passionate about personal development. He believes that the key to unlocking your potential lies within you. It's not about waiting for the perfect opportunity or the right circumstances. It's about developing yourself into the kind of person who can create opportunities and make the most of them. Steve's journey is a testament to the power of personal growth. He didn't start out with all the answers, and he certainly didn't have it all figured out from day one. But he was willing to learn, to grow, and to evolve. He sought out mentors, read books, and surrounded himself with people who could challenge him to be better. He embraced the process of becoming who you deserve to be. So, here's the deal. If you're still thinking about hitting that snooze button tomorrow, just remember, while you're dreaming about success, someone else is out there making it happen. Hit that subscribe button now, and let's dive into how you can turn those 8 hours into a game changer. Trust me, your future self will thank you. Oh, and don't worry, you can sleep when you're rich.